Stop everything. Your body's whispers are louder than any thought you chase. What if I told you? Imagine having an internal compass that always points you in the right direction, helping you navigate life's toughest choices with ease. You already possess it. There is a hidden truth here, a quiet map beneath the noise, your body's whispers, intuition's physical cues. In a world of screens and schedules, we forgot that the body remembers what the mind forgets. This matters now more than ever, when choices flood us, when grief and doubt cloud vision. Those subtle sensations are signals, not coincidences. Picture the tightness at your throat before a difficult conversation, the sudden lightness when you meet someone truthful, the tiny nudge in your belly that saved you from a wrong turn. These are not random. They are an ancient language between brain and body, the same language mystics and healers have listened to for millennia. Science names pathways, but the feeling itself is older than words. Stay with me and you will unlock a life-changing key: how to recognize these cues, how to honor them, how to act without drowning in doubt. Imagine making decisions with a quiet compass, choosing jobs, lovers, and moments with confidence born from inner alignment. Imagine grief transforming into guidance, confusion folding into clarity. If this calls to you, pause and affirm with me. I choose to awaken my consciousness. Like, subscribe, and share what you felt in the first breath of this message. Drop a single word in the comments. Secrets and enigmas await, subtle rituals, bodily practices, and a surprising twist that reframes everything you think about intuition. Do you feel that tiny stir in your chest right now? Listen closely. Briefly explain the vagus nerve and its role in connecting brain and body, linking physical sensations to emotional states. The vagus nerve is a secret highway where emotion meets flesh. Imagine a ribbon of intelligence weaving from the base of your skull down through your throat, cradling your heart, humming through your lungs, and resting over the landscape of your belly. That ribbon is the vagus nerve, the longest cranial highway, quietly carrying messages back and forth between your body and your brain. It is the subtle courier of feeling, the soft press behind your ribs when someone speaks a truth you can't yet name, the hollow in your belly before a decision, the slow warmth that arrives after a long, honest conversation. Science whispers its name, vagus, but spirit has been listening to its messages for millennia. This nerve is the biological channel of interoception, your inner sensing, and it hands your mind the raw data of bodily states so you can know, without reasoning, what is true for you. When your breath shortens, when your throat tightens, or your stomach calms, those are not random frets of physiology. They are the language of a system designed to inform and protect you. There's tenderness in how the vagus operates. It modulates your heartbeat and your breath. So when your tone is high and soft, you feel safe. When it throttles into alarm, your muscles tense, thought narrows, and the whole body shifts into a readiness that once kept our ancestors alive. But here is a twist. The same channel that triggers survival also carries intuition's poetry. A flutter in the gut is not merely a signal of fear. It can be a whisper of guidance, honed by experience and ancestral memory. That uneasy smallness you dismiss as just nerves can be a sacred nudge insisting you pay attention. This means your body is not a problem to fix, but a compass to consult. Learning to read those signals starts with curiosity rather than judgment, noticing where sensations live, the texture of them, and the stories you habitually drape over them. A softening in the chest could be an opening. A tightness at the throat could be a boundary pleading to be honored. The vagus, in its quiet diplomacy, asks you to translate feeling into choice. If your life were a conversation between flesh and soul, what would you allow the vagus to say? When your body whispers next, will you listen long enough to hear its meaning? Or will you hurry on, deaf to the counsel that has been trying to find you? Discuss the fight or flight response and how its milder forms manifest as subtle bodily signals. Have you ever felt a small, almost anonymous tightening in your chest or a cool ache behind your eyes and known, without words, that something was asking for your attention? Long before language, your nervous system spoke in sensations. The ancient sprint or hide program, fight or flight, still pulses beneath your modern life. But it often arrives as a whisper rather than a shout. That sharp, undeniable terror that once saved your ancestor from a predator now shows up as a flicker. A skipped breath when someone lies, a low hum of unease before a decision, a fluttering in the belly that nudges you away from a path that doesn't belong to you. These are not always dysfunctions. They are messages encoded by a body that remembers how to keep you alive, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. In the quiet places inside you, the same biology that once mobilized muscles to run is now calibrating your inner compass. Your throat may tighten when truth is being suppressed. Your spine may stiffen when a boundary is being trampled. A flush of heat may rise when you sense authentic connection. These somatic hints are precise and primitive. They arrive faster than thought because they bypass the long, looping logic that likes to rationalize and postpone. That speed is a gift, intuition's timing. Here is the twist many do not expect. The signals we label as anxiety are not always pathology. Sometimes they are finely tuned alerts, early warning systems that say, "Notice this." When you learn to treat those micro-responses as data rather than diagnoses, you begin to translate a new language. The tremor in your hands becomes a syllable, the hollow in your throat a sentence. You are not a reactive machine. You are a listening field. To become fluent, tend the signal with gentle curiosity. Breathe into the sensation instead of pushing it away. Name it: throat tightness, gut clench, chest hollow, and watch how naming shifts its charge. Ask a soft question. What is this trying to tell me? Hold the sensation with compassionate attention, and it will often unfold into clarity. Practice turns sensation into guidance. Repetition teaches your system to trust itself again. Remember that these bodily whispers are also moral instruments. They point not only to danger, but to alignment. A peaceful, expanded quiet suggests resonance. A restless curl indicates a misalignment with your deeper self. This is why the subtle forms of fight or flight matter now. They are the body's way of helping you choose in a world where choices are abundant and distractions numerous. Imagine your nervous system as a lamp. Sometimes it flashes bright to save you, sometimes it dims to warn you, and often it offers a soft glow that shows the path. If you begin to honor those glimmers, you reclaim an ancient partnership between body and soul. How different would your next choice feel if you listened first to the small, urgent language of your cells? Highlight the evolutionary advantage of rapid, intuitive physical responses for survival and decision-making. Neuroscience now whispers what ancient storytellers always knew. Speed often mattered more than explanation. Long before conscious thought could weigh pros and cons, your body carried a streamlined intelligence designed to keep you alive and thriving. Those instant urges, the pull in your gut, the chill along your spine, the sudden lightness that pushes you forward, are not random feelings. They are the distilled result of countless generations, wiring and memory folded into muscle, nerve, and heart. Imagine early humans on a plane. There was no time for debate when danger loomed. A flicker in the corner of the eye, a tightening at the base of the skull, a constriction in the throat. These were signals that triggered movement before thought could catch up. That split-second reaction was the difference between life and death. Over eons, this quick response system became refined, so that today, your nervous system still offers you those first responder impressions, a fast, embodied read of people, places, and choices. This is the evolutionary advantage, an internal bias toward action that preserves you when deliberation would cost too much. But this wisdom isn't only about fleeing predators. Rapid bodily knowing guides social navigation, creative leaps, and moral choices. In a conversation, a micro tension in your chest can tell you when someone's words don't match their tone. In love, a softening behind the eyes may signal truth before promises are made. In work, a subtle resistance in the belly can warn you away from decisions that will later feel heavy. These flash intuitions are like ancestral scouts, scouting possibilities and whispering which paths are safe, which are risky. Here's the twist. Because this system evolved to prioritize speed, it trades depth for immediacy. A gut hit can be brilliant, or it can carry old wounds, cultural scripts, or fear-laden patterns. What feels like instinct might be a memory playing on loop. The invitation, then, is not blind trust, but refined listening, learning to allow that first whisper to surface, then offering it a breath and a moment to reveal whether it's freshly alive or merely rehearsed. You are not a passive receiver of impulses. You are an interpreter. When you learn to notice these rapid cues without immediate judgment, they become tools, an internal compass that can be consulted, tested, and refined. Each time you honor a soft warning and observe its outcome, you strengthen the channel between ancient, embodied wisdom and conscious choice. Hold this image, your body as a scout returning from the border, offering a single word: safe, wait, run, approach. What would it mean to treat that scout as a trusted messenger, to give it space to speak and time to show its truth before you act or dismiss it? You made it, and that matters. Thank you for staying, for listening with more than your ears, for letting your body be the quiet guide it already is. This path is not for the casual passerby. It's for the ones who choose to feel their way through life. By showing up, you've joined a small, fierce family of seekers who trust inner signals over loud opinions. You are seen. If something stirred when you heard the ideas here, a tightening in the chest, a warming behind the eyes, a lightness in your belly, that was your inner compass acknowledging home. Celebrate that. Celebrate the courage it takes to pause and recognize these subtle cues. Every moment you honor them, you retune a deeper instrument inside you. The nervous system that remembers how to listen, the heart that remembers how to decide, the mind that remembers how to trust. Let's make this simple and human. If you felt resonance, drop a yes in the comments. Not for likes, but so we can map the invisible. How many of us are learning to read these bodily signals? Share a short line about a time your body spoke first and saved you from a wrong turn, or nudged you toward a small blessing. Your single sentence could awaken someone else. Offer one truth you want to explore next: fear, love, discernment, or opening the inner eye, and we'll walk it together. Remember, you are not merely a viewer watching videos. You are part of a living circle. When one of us learns to interpret a flutter, a coolness, a pressure, we all learn a little more about what it means to be awakened in the body. Responding to your physical cues rewrites ancestral patterns and quietly rewires your days. That is sacred work. That is community. Before you go, take a breath with me. Place a palm over your heart. Breathe in, slowly, imagining a thread of light, connecting your heart to every other heart that has ever felt what you feel. Breathe out, gifting the ease of that connection back into the world. If an affirmation helps you anchor it, speak or think, "I trust my body's wisdom." You are luminous, more than you sometimes remember. You are learning to translate the language of your inner weather into wise choices. Keep tending that listening. Keep honoring the small signals. Keep returning to this sanctuary when life gets noisy. Keep shining your light. Remain present, breathe, and absorb this energy in gratitude.